Boxing on DAZN, sponsored by William Hill.
Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada. Yesterday was the main event fighters press conference. Today is the turn of the undercard press conference. Let's hope we have a bit of drama in this one too. All right, look, let's talk about the big breaking news yesterday, all right? Let's not hide away from it. It is the elephant in the room. Chris, I want to throw this one to you straight away. Ryan Garcia tested positive for performance-enhancing drug. Obviously, look, it was the best weekend of his career. It no longer is. Fill the gaps in for us. Fill the gaps in for people back home that don't quite understand what's happened, what drug it was, and where we are right now.
Yeah, let's just stick with what we know at this point, which is Ryan Garcia tested positive for a banned substance called Ostarine, which is prohibited by VADA, prohibited by the World Anti-Doping Agency. He tested positive for Ostarine in tests taken on the 19th and the 20th, which is the day before his fight with Devin Haney and the day of his fight with Devin Haney. This is a serious substance. Ryan Garcia is going to have to come up with a reason why this substance came into his body if it turns out this result stands.
Obviously, Ryan Garcia has said he's innocent. We wait to see what happens. Golden Boy have released a statement. This is the statement from Golden Boy, Ryan Garcia's promoters. They say Ryan has put out multiple statements denying knowingly using any banned substances, and we believe him. We are working with his team to determine how this finding came to be, and will address this further once we conclude that process.
He took multiple tests leading up to the fight, and all of those came back clean. So that's interesting in its own right. The other one that is super interesting from people that I spoke to was the presence potentially of nandrolone in his system. That's an anabolic steroid. If that comes back, and that has been yet to be confirmed because they have to do that isotope ratio test, if that comes back positive as well, that's a big problem. That's an anabolic steroid. That's a huge issue. That's from a test on April 19th. So we have to see what comes out from that.
We are here for an undercard press conference, so let's show those guys respect as well. Chris, anything you're expecting from today?
Not expecting the kind of fireworks we got yesterday when Oscar De La Hoya took the stage and took direct aim at Canelo Alvarez, but I do think we're going to see some pretty interesting fighters. And there are 2 title fights on this undercard. Now, they're not going to be billed as full title fights, but there are 2 welterweights on this card, Mario Barrios and Amanta Stanionis, who have secondary versions of the 147-pound title. Those titles are currently held by Terrence Crawford. I think we all could agree Terrence is not going to come back to 147 pounds. So there are some compelling fights here on the undercard before the big main event.
Our co-main event this Saturday, May 4th from T-Mobile Arena. Mario Barrios against Fabian Maidana.
I've come here to show what I'm made of. I've come here to take that belt away from Mario and take it back to Argentina. It's going to be a great battle, and you're going to see what I'm capable of.
Mario, you heard from Maidana. He says he's taking that belt from you. He's taking it back to Argentina. This is Cinco de Mayo weekend. What do you say, and what's your response to Maidana?
I know he's coming a long way. You know, he's I have no doubt, you know, he's going to bring the fight. But, you know, it's Cinco de Mayo weekend. I'm going to go in there, you know, representing my Mexican and indigenous roots, how I always do. I have no doubt, you know, the boxing fans, you know, are going to be very satisfied with the fight. But, you know, I got to go in there and do whatever it takes, you know, to make sure my hand is raised at the end of the fight.
And now we will turn things over to our next bout as Brandon Figueroa takes on Jesse Magdaleno.
I've always wanted to fight the best ever since I was small. And here I am in one of the biggest stages of the year, fighting a former world champion like Jesse Magdaleno. I mean, it's a great opportunity, a blessing at the same time. And I just want to go out there and just keep doing my thing. I love fighting. I love everything about this sport, and I just can't wait to go out there and put it all together.
Do you feel like this is one of your last big opportunities being in a world title fight?
No, because I know I come and I put on a show. I always bring it, you know, no matter what it is. I always come and I show out, and I give the fight fans what they want. It's not, I never look at it as the end. It's always just the beginning. We're coming ready. We trained tremendously hard for this fight. You know, we're just ready to come out Saturday night. I know it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be an amazing fight for everybody, and also for ourselves. And like I said, it's going to be something big for me.
There's stacked cards like this to bring back the attention to boxing, to make fans love boxing once again. And I'm a fan-friendly fighter, and I just love putting on a show. I love throwing a lot of punches. I love exciting the fans, and putting them on the edge of their seats, and yeah, just making sure that they go home satisfied, happy. We see such beautiful violence, as they call it, and yeah, that's my job, is to go out there and give it my all.
Imantas, you've been very vocal about these last couple of years being extremely frustrating for you. How good is it finally to be back in the ring, and what are you looking to prove on Saturday?
You know, I just want to be back in the ring, and when I hear the bell, I'll be the happiest man on the planet. I'll be just happy and me in the ring.
Imantas is someone you're very familiar with in the amateurs. How will Saturday be different? Because he was able to get that decision, but it was in 2015. How is it going to be different Saturday?
Bueno, sí, mira, desde que estoy aquí en Estados Unidos, siempre...
Look, I'm used to being the B-side. My 2 fights in America last year, they were with me as the B-side, and you saw how they turned out. And as you mentioned, I did fight Stanionis in the Qatar World Cup 2015 when we were amateurs. He won. I thought that I had won that fight, but regardless, doesn't matter. It's about turning the page, going after it, and we're different fighters now. We're professionals, and it's going to be a great fight no matter what.
Imantas, is there any cause for concern because you've been out of the ring for a little bit, and especially you're fighting a guy who fought twice last year? He's hungry. He wants that title belt from you.
I was training all the time, you know. I supposed to fight month after month after month. It was hard, you know, but I stayed disciplined, stayed training all the time and ready. I said from any given day, give me 6 weeks and I'll be ready and I can jump in the ring. So I know he's coming with everything. He has a big opportunity, you know. For him, this fight is do or die, but same for me, you know. I worked a lot hard, and I'm in this position, and I'm happy, and I'm fighting on this big card. It's just a dream, and, you know, I will do everything to stay, you know, undefeated and have my belt.
Boxing on DAZN, sponsored by William Hill.